I have many questions, but they don't need explanations, and they don't require answers. I just have a lot of theories about why things are and how things are, and to get to right now. But I just keep coming back to it doesn't all have to make sense. And it doesn't need to make sense for it to be okay. It can just be the way that it is. And it's like, I couldn't explain it. And I just, by what series of happenings, and I couldn't explain my own behavior and decision making and feelings as they happened, what I was thinking or how I was thinking or what I believed or what I interpreted or misunderstood or understood. Believe it or not, I actually understand something from time to time, which is difficult for me to even believe myself because I'm so used to my own self-defeating, self-fulfilling prophecy of being alone because I feel safer alone. I understand alone. And if I just decide that being alone is the best I can do, then that's something that no one can take away from me. And it's like, well, I'll just be alone, and then I don't have to worry about other people. I can just isolate and be a recluse, and then I don't have to bother with understanding other people or communicating or worry about being hurt or misunderstanding or needing to be accountable and responsible. Because for me, it's like, it's not about commitment or anything like that, because it's more about uncertainty and continuity and trust. I have great difficulties with trust. The whole, people wanting other people to be who they want them to be for them. And if they aren't, they try to persuade them or coax them along to be how they want them to be for them. And it's like, no, people get to be themselves. And it's like, for me personally, it's like, if I'm already inclined to do something or to be interested or curious about or aspire to or admire to, then it's not about the other person convincing me. They can demonstrate and elaborate and show, but and then I can, if I'm already interested, I can emulate or imitate and make it my own, or find some new innovation or inspiration or invention to it. But they have their own style and way of doing things and perceiving reality and appreciating everything. So it's like, I have my own way, and maybe there's things that I do that it's like, it's the sharing, really, not just copying. It's appreciating the uniqueness and that innate majesty. And it's almost like a reverence. So the only thing I feel bad about is for all the rash, emotional misunderstandings, because I don't have, I only, this is the self-defeating part, where I just fall back on not having much experience, which is, fairly true, just because I checked out for a long time from living, I wasn't really living, I was just, drinking myself to death for a while. And now I've just been coming back to life slowly and waking up and just realizing what it is that I can do, or have the potential to learn, or the capacity. And maybe I have less than I even realize, or it could be more. But so far, the more I explore, the more I discover. The further I go, I find the less that I know, because the world just keeps on getting bigger, and I remain the same size. So by contrast and comparison, I just keep getting smaller, and my own self and concerns become more trivialized by the bigger picture and things that are going on. So it's like I can contribute and be a part of something more than just my own life and myself. And it comes back to about leaving a legacy, because it's like I don't have children, and it was never about never wanting. It just didn't seem. It just never, like, seemed unfathomable. And it just never happened. And I never really pursued it, or it wasn't that I wasn't ever interested. It just didn't happen for whatever reason. Maybe it was just supposed to be that way. And yeah, I can't say what is and what isn't the way that it should or shouldn't be. I just find myself where I'm at, and am okay with it. So, and I can choose not to be okay with it, and whatever it is I don't like, I can then, therefore, do something about. Because I've found that I can't rightfully complain about anything about my life or myself in my own life if I actually do have the ability to make changes. So, and I was saying in a previous recording that was like a practice for this one, that no matter what it is that does end up happening from now forward, I am glad that I quit drinking and haven't started again. And also, I am glad that I quit smoking and haven't started again. And I'm glad that I started writing and started running and started recording. And a lot of things I never really stopped doing. I just stopped practicing them. So I've started these things again. And it feels like starting again for the first time. It's not like starting over, but starting fresh. And I'm also very glad that I met her. I have been highly influenced and remain more than a little bit impressed and imprinted. And right now, I was thinking about it. It feels like life. It feels like being alive. Does it feel like love? I don't know. I couldn't say whether it does or it does not. I do not have much frame of reference. And that could be a very sad thing, or it could be a very hopeful thing. It depends on which position I decide to stand on. And a lot of my emotions can fluctuate, and my mood, and my energy, and my attention. I can become distracted and distraught by current events, or headlines that involve, humanity's race to oblivion. Or at least that's how it appears sometimes, running headlong into a future unknown of dire consequences for short-visioned gains. People just willing to sacrifice the future for short-term profit. Humanity's greed and arrogance will spell the doom of all of us if left unchecked. So, not to say that I have any answers or I know what's best, but I can only do by my own moral compass and what I believe. And not to say that I can do as much as what some can do, but I can do what I can do. And that might be more than some, or it might be less than some. I don't know. But I'm not trying to live by anyone else's standard or live up to anyone else's expectations. That could get me into trouble. I need to live by my own standard and my own expectations. And it can either be good enough for me or it can not. And if I think I can do more, I can try to do more. And if I get overwhelmed, I need to step back and then be okay with it. Because life goes on. And if I want to be a part of it, then it's me that I need to work on. And I need to find the balance in all things, or as many as I can find. Because I always find myself in contempt of the reality in which I find myself surrounded. Because I just live in or at odds with so much. And I have to play along so I don't draw too much attention to myself. Pretending so much as masking. Not because I want to, but because it's necessity of living in this world. Because when I just behave like how I want to or am, it doesn't receive the best reviews. Because people don't understand. They don't get it. and then they feel that they are entitled to getting it and understanding, and they want answers. And it's like, I can't give answers. I don't know how to explain it. And whatever I explain isn't good enough because they don't understand, because I can't explain it. And then if I can't explain it, then they just assume it's not true, or something's up, or something's not right. Because the world agrees with them. And since so many people, since the world agrees with everybody, or the 99%, they just assume that that's right, and that's normal, and that's correct. And anyone that doesn't believe that is wrong, or abnormal, or incorrect. And they need to make adjustments to accommodate everyone else, to be nice, to be happy, to find satisfaction and be happy like everyone else. I've never found whatever it is that everyone else seems to find so great about the status quo and conventional rhetoric. I live how it is the way I do, and I won't say that I'm happy, but I'm probably happier now, without even realizing it, than I've ever been at any other point in my life, because I have my own approval. My approval rating of myself is better. I don't have to kill myself over it these days. I actually have my own permission to live. And again, that still fluctuates from day to day, but I give myself a pass on the days that it doesn't, when I'm finding it difficult to be around myself. I just decide, just consciously decide, give it a while. Just be okay, and I usually just need to take a nap. I need to shut down. I need to go away from sources of anxiety and stress, and that's usually just people around me. As soon as I get back to being alone, I feel okay. And that brings me to another point. I've been removing myself slowly from people in my life now that keep me feeling less than, or want me to stay feeling disenfranchised, disillusioned, and weak. Gaslighting to convince me that I don't know myself or my own emotional state, as though to convince me that they know better and that I should listen to them. And without them, I am nothing, or at least I'm in danger somehow of returning to my previous lifestyle. And it's like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm okay. And it's like, the more okay you think you are, the more in danger you are, because then you're not paying attention. If you think you're sick, you're safer, because then they're lonely. They don't like it when people feel better about themselves and then start living. they've already got their lives. And it's good. It's like I give back into the community exactly what I'm able to. I cannot give back more. Because anytime I give more, it's always about more. And people so quickly forget exactly what they've already been given, and then they're asking for more. And then when they don't get more, they get hurt. They take offense. It's like, why is there no more? It's like, I'm not doing anything badly. It's like, I'm doing okay. The best gratitude and the best thank you that I can give to the people around me these past few years is to keep doing what I've been doing and to live better, to live well, and to do things that I enjoy doing and try to build for myself a life that I can live. A life worth living, and a life worth sharing, a life worth having. And because I wasn't doing that before. This is new. All of this is new. It doesn't feel like I'm I'm not repeating the same days over and over and over. Some days are actually new. Some days are kind of blended in. So it's like, I really can't tell when it begins or ends. But like today felt new. I don't think I've ever lived this day before. So, and this is the first time I've recorded this entry. I even caught myself saying something, or a few things that I haven't said before. Or at least if I had, it's been such a long time that they needed saying again. So it's like, I don't have any regrets over everything that led to now. I might not have liked everything. But it was necessary to teach me what I needed to learn at the time and consider the lessons well received. And if I ever forget them, woe is me. But I don't think I will. And anyone that casts doubt on that, they just don't know. And I can't fault them that. Everybody's got their story, and I've got mine. And no one has my permission to invalidate my story, or say it wasn't that bad, or I'm making too much of it, or I shouldn't take it. It's like, no, you weren't there. It's just like I wouldn't be so bold to try to put down somebody else's story to make them, that's just wrong. But other people seem to have no problem with it, just casually just invalidating somebody else's journey up to now. It's like making it no big deal. It's like, okay, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. And a lot of people don't even believe that I'm autistic. And they wouldn't even ever believe that I was an alcoholic either. Or that I was that close to not coming back. Not all of me did come back. Some of it got left behind. Or something like that. I'm not sure. Something got lost. But I think I gained in the process. Overall. Whatever was lost was not working any longer. And had given up. And was looking for a way out for a long time. And finally got their way out. Be careful what you wish for. But, like I said, I don't have any regrets. I was the one that came back and then had to pick up the pieces and put it back together and do something about the state of things. And I had resources and support. And it required a lot of effort and navigation and honesty. Not that I'm an expert on anything. And I don't know. To me, I don't mean to sound like I know anything more than just what a regular person does. It's just I've been through what I've been through, I just have a different sort of perspective on a lot of things. But I wouldn't claim that any of it's correct. Take it for what it's worth. If it makes sense, great. If it doesn't make sense, that's okay. I don't mean to influence anybody or try to convince them or persuade them of anything. I could just be that strange person that they accidentally got to know or had a conversation with that one time. I'll just be that weird autistic person that left an impression. So, I don't know. Whatever it is I wanted to say, I hope I said it, because it's closing on half an hour. And I like to keep these things less than that. I don't know where these rules come from, but I try to follow them. Just as a guideline, not as a code. It was a good day today. I'm in a good place. I don't understand exactly what's going on right now, but I'm liking my life. I should go. Until next time.